All right, and we are live. Good evening po sa inyong lahat back there in the Philippines. Of course, wherever you may be, mga kaguro, good morning, good afternoon, and of course, it might also be good evening kung saan man kayo. No, some of you are watching from Thailand. I can see in your comment on Facebook, and I know that some of you are also in the Middle East, no, and of course, dito po sa amin umaga po. It's just 6:30 a.m. here. And of course, we welcome you back to Gurung Pinoy. No, you can find us on YouTube as Gurung Pinoy, also on Facebook. Our official page, Facebook page is Gurung Pinoy. This is where you are currently watching our live stream now if you are watching us on Facebook. If this is your first time to watch us, kawai kawai, please make sure that you mention that so that our team YouTube, also our team Facebook, may be able to welcome all of you. On Instagram and also on TikTok, we are also found as Gurung Pinoy. Now, again, if this is your first time to watch us, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Go back to all the videos that we have on YouTube. We have thousands of videos, no, hundreds of videos that we have on YouTube. There's a playlist for Gen Ed, playlist for ProfEd, and of course, our playlist for our live stream already has 70 videos, okay? We already have 70. This is the 71st video that we have for our live stream. So again, we are doing live streams. The next schedule that we have for our live stream will be on the following weekend. Okay, following weekend. Tomorrow po, wala po tayong live stream for Gen Ed. There's also no live stream for ProfEd on Sunday. But of course, the majorship review would still be going on, and of course your majorship materials can just be found in your Google Classroom for your majorship. All right, now again, before anything else, of course, we start our activity with our opening prayer. This has been prepared for us by Brother Efren Esteban. So please samahan niyo po ako para po sa ating opening prayer.
Let us pray. Father, our hearts, the very center of our humanity and our souls, are filled by you. Yes, our hearts are filled with praise and thanksgiving for all the things that you have done for the past days. May you be with us, Lord, today as we have our online review. Give us understanding so that we can catch up all the topics to be discussed to us tonight. Empower us, O Lord. We cannot do things in this life without your divine guidance. Loving God, we appeal to you to bless our lives and goals, not only in this moment, but especially in the days to come. May you grant us the wisdom to remember all that we have studied here and the lessons that have to be taken as well. Safeguard us all from this pandemic. Always bless each one of us so we can continue doing things according to your will, and of course to serve you. This we pray in the mighty name of Jesus our Lord. Amen.
Amen. So sa muli, maraming salamat, Brother Efren Esteban, for always preparing our opening and closing prayers. Now again, this is Gurung Pinoy. We are studying Gurung Pinoy. We are a premier review center, not only for the LET, but also for civil service examinations, also for MTOP. Now, if you want to have the exclusive copies of all the things that I'm discussing, the soft copy of the things that I'm discussing, Gen Ed and ProfEd, they all go straight to GROW. GROW is Gurung Pinoy Review Online Work Group. This is our exclusive FB group. This is where you can find all the exclusive materials that we have, all these things that I'm discussing in our rationalization, all the things that you're also answering through our quizzes link. Now, it is very easy for you to become a member of GROW. It's only 500 pesos. This is a one-time payment. Again, this is only a one-time payment. This is not a monthly payment. You can pay through Palawan, Cebuana, and ML. Yung ML po natin ay libre po, no? Wala pong charge yung ML natin. You have to pay 500, but there's no fee for sending. Okay, so Palawan, Cebuana, and ML. And you can also even pay through Metrobank, through PayPal, through Gumroad, and even through Super Chat, Super Sticker during our live streams on YouTube. So again, that's only 500 pesos, but the fee of 500 pesos is only going to be until the end of this month, okay? Only until the end of January. Now, of course, our schedule, the next schedule that we have would be for our live stream. That's going to be on the 23rd. That's the next Saturday, no? Then, of course, 24th, 30th, 31st, there's all going to be the weekend schedule. 16, 17 tomorrow, again, there's no live stream, but of course, your majorship would still be ongoing. Now, we also have announced our pre-qualifying examination that's going to be in Feb 6th and 7th. That's 200 items for Gen Ed and ProfEd. This is going to be exclusive for our GROW members. So again, if you are still not a member of GROW, ay magpa-member na po kayo ng GROW. And of course, our top-notchers for our pre-qualifying exam would receive the following prizes. Rank 1 would receive 5,000 cash and of course 5,000 gift certificates, and rank 2 would be 3,000 cash, rank 3 1,000 cash, rank 4 to 10 500 cash, then of course rank 11 to 20 that's going to be 500 worth of gift certificates. This all exclusive for our Grow members. There's going to be 200 items again for Gen Ed and ProfEd. So if you are still not a member of Grow, make sure that you become a member of Grow. 500 pesos. The payment of 500 pesos will only be until the end of this month. Now, for our intensive LET coaching, we have the following schedules. We start by March 6th, 7th, 13th, 14th, and 20th. Then, of course, your pre-board exam is going to be on March 21st. Final booster, that's March 26th. There's going to be spiritual guidance for March 27th. And, of course, your board exam, that's going to be on March 28th. Now, all these are going to be available for only 1,000 pesos. Okay, so that's only 1,000 for your final coaching or your intensive LET coaching. But of course, this is going to still be free for our Grow members. Okay, so sa amin pong Grow members, libre pa rin po ito lahat. Okay, so again, there's no need for you to pay additional fee or an additional fee if you are already in Grow. Now, we also still have our majoring enrollment or ongoing pa rin yung ating enrollment for your majorship. Now, there's Bio, English, Social Science, Math, Filipino, and MAPE. Now, you can enroll for just 1,000 pesos for all those majorships that I've mentioned. You're all in one enrollment. That's Gen Ed ProfEd, which is Grow, plus majoring. That's only 1,250. So again, you can still pay through Palawan, Cebuana, ML. You can also pay through our Metrobank savings account. You can find us the details on screen. Now, if you think it's too fast, no, I'm speaking too fast, you can't catch up, just send a message to our Facebook page now, and we can easily accommodate you. So again, just send a message through our Facebook page so that we can answer all of the questions that you have. Now, of course, your mayorship coaches are all people that we know, all people that I know have the high capacity, have the ability to really help you pass the LET, no? So for math, we have Dr. Kim J. Ensho. I have myself for biology, no? I'm taking care of my bio babies. MAPE, we have Coach Renan. And of course, we have Coach Paul for English, Coach Rene for Social Science, and Coach Lali for Filipino. Okay, so all of our major students who have already enrolled have already met these people through their online classes. So again, there's the sets for your majorship. Then of course, there's also the discussion videos. Now, if you're asking, what if ngayon lamang po ako magpapa-enroll, what happens to the rest of the sets that I have missed? All the sets can just be found in your Google Classroom. So po pwede nyo lamang pong balikan lahat po ng sets, ng questions, and of course, videos can be found in your Google Classroom. Po pwede nyo pong i-download, po pwede nyo pong i-record, po pwede nyo pong balik-balikan, ulit-ulitin, i-replay. Alright? So again, these are your majorship coaches. And of course, if your major is TLE, Agri and Fish, Values Ed and FISI, we don't have any majorship lectures for you. But what we can do is to, of course, share with you our materials, our freebies. All you need to do is to watch the videos of Doc H, that's General Science with Doc H. There are 2 videos on YouTube. And of course, follow the instructions so that we can add you to your Google Classroom. Of course, you can find all the freebies that you can find there. Okay? We are also selling your civil service examination refresher. There's a prof level, and of course, there's sub-prof level for our books for civil service. So again, if you need anything from Gurung Pinoy, just send us a message through our Facebook page. And of course, also, just make sure that you are following our Facebook page. Also, you are subscribed to our YouTube channel so that you can be updated of all the things that we are posting on our Facebook page, also on our YouTube channel. But before we start, of course, with our ProfEd discussion tonight, now these are the same 20 items that you have answered through your quizzes. Of course, please make sure that you like this video. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and like this video. Again, everyone, please go ahead and like this video. Sa ating team YouTube, I can still see a lot of people not liking the video. Again, if there's going to be more people liking this video, and then this video, of course, is going to do better, and it's going to reach out to more people just like you na nangangarap maging LPT. Okay, so please go ahead and like our video if you are one of those people who are watching us on YouTube. Ma'am Joy Dairit, thank you po for your consistent na pakape. Maraming salamat po. Again, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and like this video. If you're watching us on Facebook, of course, please do share our video. Go ahead and share our video. Start a watch party, tag your friends, share this on your Facebook account, share this in all the groups that you have joined so that we can reach out to more of your classmates. We can also help them just like you pass the LET. Okay, so again, please do share this video and react to this video, like this video, heart this video, wow this video, but of course also do share this video so that we can reach out to more people and we can also help them pass the LET. Okay, again, people on YouTube, please do like this video. Team YouTube, please do like this video. Good evening po. Magbabasa muna ako ng message dito sa ating Facebook while waiting for people on YouTube to like our video. Sir Buji, Baji, Bierneza, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Thank you po. Ma'am Princess Shaira Abelia, thank you po for starting a watch party. Ma'am Vil Slofar Bolok-Bolok, thank you for tagging your friends and of course for also sharing our video. Ma'am Eileen Magno Cabrera Camahort, thank you po for tagging your friends. Okay, good evening po sa lahat-lahat na nandito sa Facebook. If this is your first time to watch us, make sure that you indicate or that you comment so that we can all welcome you. Good evening, Ma'am Meg. Thank you for starting a watch party. Sir Yuri Benazir Fuentes. Ganon din kay Ma'am Mary Grace Mabansag. Maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Ma'am Karsuma Kasim Asan, maraming salamat for tagging your friends. To all the students that we have in Mindanao, no, marami tayong estudyante from Mindanao. Assalamualaikum po. Maraming salamat for being advocates of Gurong Pinoy. Sir Borhan De Leoten, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Okay. All right, again, please do like our video, please share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends, and we start with question number 1 for professional education. Okay, number 1, for the learning areas of MAPE and TLE in the K-12, okay, which component or components has or have the biggest percentage contributions to the student grade? Okay, again, we're talking about MAPE and TLE. Is this your quarterly assessment and performance? Letter B, quarterly performance. Letter C, performance tasks. Or letter D, written work. What's your answer? What's the answer for question number 1, ProfEd? Again, this is the same items that these are the same items that you've answered to your quizzes, no? Sa ating quizzes link. Na-answeran po ito ng inyong mga kaguro. If you have not answered this, if you were not able to answer this, you don't know where the quiz is, make sure that you follow us on our Facebook page because that is where we post the link. Okay, so nandun po yung link. Now, a lot of you on YouTube are answering letter C. Dito sa Facebook, ganun din. They're also answering letter C. And of course, letter C is the correct answer here, okay? So tingnan po natin yung ating next slide. The weight of the components for grades 1 and 10, or 1 to 10, are the following, okay? So grades 1 to 10, you have the different subjects here: languages, araling panlipunan, edukasyon sa pagpapakatao, no? And then you have science and math, your core subjects, of course, science and math. You also have your MAPE, EPP, and TLE. Okay, now for your written work, for languages, AP, and ESP, written work is 30%. Then you have 50% for performance task. Quarterly exam or assessment is going to be 20%. So lahat po sila, yung quarterly assessment, yung first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, yung quarterly assessment nga, ay 20% lamang. And pansinin nyo po, lahat sila ay malalaki yung percentages for your performance task. For language, AP and ESP, 50%. For MAPE, EPP, TLE, that's 60%. Science and math mo, tabla lamang sila ng written work. Okay? So tabla sila ng written work. Lumalabas po ito sa ating ProfEd, no? Ito yung mga lumabas na questions sa ating 2019. So medyo naloka yung mga let takers natin kasi bagong-bagong mga questions ito. No? Pinalitan nila yung mga questions, binago nila, ang daming questions lumabas with regards to K-12. So make sure that you know this. And of course, the correct answer that we have for number 1 would be performance tasks. Now, if you are in GROW, you will find all these slides with the discussion on GROW right after this discussion that we have on YouTube or on Facebook. Okay? So again, ito po yung advantage ng pagiging GROW members. Lahat po ng ating dinidiscuss, lahat ng slides, lahat ng ating materials would go straight to GROW. So you don't really need to take down of any notes. So again, performance tasks, that's the correct answer. That's letter C. Now we go to number 2. In his math class, student Blue gets a numerical grade of 80. What is the description for his level of proficiency? Is it letter A, satisfactory? Letter B, very satisfactory? Letter C, did not meet the expectations? Or letter D, fairly satisfactory of reward? Okay, this should be fairly. Alright, again, welcome po sa ating mga nasa Team YouTube na first-timers, sa ating mga nasa Team Facebook na first-timers. Hello po, welcome to Guru Pinoy. And of course, we hope na bumalik kayo, no? And make sure that you follow us on Facebook so that you know our schedule. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter A dito sa ating Team YouTube. Team Facebook, what's your answer? Ma'am Norhida Quito Esmael, maraming salamat po for tagging your friends. Thank you. Welcome to Gurong Pinoy, Ma'am Nursey. Welcome po sa Team Facebook. Ma'am Elise Franco Ramos, thank you po for starting a watch party. Thank you for sharing our video. Ma'am Bernadette Vanessa May Bautista. Ma'am Christina, maraming salamat for starting a watch party. Okay, now a lot of our Team YouTube, Team Facebook members are also answering letter A. And of course, that is the correct answer. If I'm not mistaken, we've already had this in our previous live streams now. So satisfactory, that is the correct answer. Tingnan po natin yung ating descriptors. So you have 90 to 100, that's outstanding. 85 to 89, that's very satisfactory. You have 80 to 84, satisfactory. Then you have 75 to 79, fairly satisfactory. Below 75 did not meet expectations. Okay, so this means this student has failed. Now, if you've got a score below 75, so that means you have failed. No, here po sa amin in the US, the passing score is just 60%. Okay, so 60%, that's a D. No, that's a D, yes, tama. And that's still a passing score. So passing pa rin sa kanila yung 60%. No? But of course, in the Philippines, that's 75%. That's the passing score, the passing grade. That's fairly satisfactory. But below that, that would already be considered a failing mark. Okay? So again, the correct answer that we have for number 2 is satisfactory. 80 to 84, satisfactory. Now we go to number 3. As an application of extrinsic motivation, what elements are used in giving big raffle prizes to the teachers during annual Christmas parties? Is it letter A, value of rewards, letter B, praise device, letter C, frequent rewards, or letter D, high expectation? What's your answer for number 3? What do you think is the answer for number 3? Sir Ray nangunguna, the answer is letter A. Sinundan ni Ma'am Tin, ni Sir June. Sir Dasha, maraming salamat po for tagging your friends. Thank you. Ganon din kay Ma'am Israelina. Sir Arden Aleste, thank you for starting a watch party. Okay, Ma'am Pam Pam, thank you po for starting a watch party. Nakapagbayad na daw po siya. Nakapagbayad na siya, no, sabi niya dito sa kanyang comment. We will get back to you po after this live stream, or maybe if my husband is reading all the messages now. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter A here, of course, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so this is the value of rewards. Now we need to remember that there are two types of motivation. When you say motivation, of course, this is something that acts as your fuel. No, this is something that keeps you going. So if this is a battery, this is energizer. You know, energizer keeps you going. Okay, so ito yung sinasabi sa advertisement ng kape. Para kanino ka bumabangon? No, that's your motivation. What keeps you going? What keeps you do what you are doing? What's your motivation? Now, remember, there are two types of motivation that we have: intrinsic and extrinsic. Of course, when you say intrinsic, this is something that you can find within yourself. No, you want to just learn, you want to develop yourself, you want to improve personally, professionally. No, you really want to learn, you really want to achieve something. That's your intrinsic motivation. And when you say extrinsic motivation, these are things that are outside of yourself. No, so the most frequent things that we have as examples of our extrinsic motivation would be rewards, awards, gifts, medals. Okay, so those are extrinsic motivation. So all of the things that you have here are extrinsic motivation, no? Kasi hindi naman siya galing sa tao mismo, sa iyo mismo, but it is coming from other people outside of yourself, no? Other people besides yourself. So here, of course, if it's raffle prizes, that's going to be the value of rewards. You want to win the prize. Okay, so that's your motivation. Praise device, of course, we know this. If someone is praising you, that means someone is affirming what you're doing. Someone is saying positive things about the things that you're doing. So that's praise. Frequent rewards, I'm not sure if yung frequent rewards natin, of course, this is promotion, no? So frequently. So that means nangyayari siya always, no? Palagi siya nangyayari. And of course, your high expectation, this is something that is expected from you. Malaki yung expectation sa'yo ng inyong supervisors, for example. And so that becomes your motivation then, no? The high expectation of your supervisors, of your admin, becomes your extrinsic motivation. So again, that here, the correct answer is letter A. Okay, so letter A po, value of rewards, that's the correct answer. Now we go to number 4, accessing all the learning areas. What is a percentage contribution of quarterly assessment to the grade of a learner from grades 1 to 10? I've already mentioned this, no? Is it letter A, 30%, letter B, 20%, letter C, 10%, or letter D, 25%? What's the answer? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for number 4? Number 4, Team YouTube is answering letter B. What about Team Facebook? Maraming salamat for tagging your friends. Ma'am Glidel and Ma'am Maria Lucy Scarlett. Ganon din kay Ma'am Ginalyn Morillo Gumatay. Kay Ma'am Charlene Impas Kalinawan, thank you po for tagging your friends. Ganon din kay Sir Bawin Win. And kay Ma'am Ching Salazar Nunez. Thank you po for tagging your friends. Ganon din kay Sir or Ma'am Sir Vidok. Okay, maraming salamat po for tagging your friends, starting a watch party, sharing our video. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Chona Audan Raut. Sir Nimrod Cabrera, maraming salamat po. Ma'am Ann Shirley Oro says, nag-send na din po ako ng receipt. We will check po. Ma'am Gladys Joy Pelaez, thank you po for tagging your friends. Ma'am Lizelle Lubkuban, thank you po for sharing our video and for tagging your friend. Now, a lot of the people on Facebook are answering letter B. Ganon din dito sa ating Team YouTube. And of course, the correct answer here would be letter B, okay? So nagkasundo yung ating Team Facebook and Team YouTube, and that is the correct answer. Letter B, 20%, that is correct. Okay, you can see here, as I've mentioned, all of them, for all of the subjects that we have here, they're all given 20%. No, they've all given 20% for our quarterly assessment. That's first quarter until the fourth quarter. Okay, now performance task is also biggest, no, the biggest component. Aside from, of course, science and math, natabla yung inyong performance task and written work. Okay, so make sure that you know this. Lumalabas po ito sa ProfEd, lumabas ito sa 2019. So I'm pretty sure that this is also going to come out in your lab. All right, now we go to the next question. Number 5, based on DepEd's latest grading system, what is the percentage contribution of written work to the grade of the grade 1 to 10 students in math and science? You've just seen this a while ago, okay? Math and science. And we are talking about written work. Okay, 20%, letter B, 30%, letter C, 50%, or letter D, 40%. What's the answer? Okay, what do you think is the answer here? Thank you for tagging your friend, Ma'am Keng Balyenan Agdamag. Maraming salamat po for sharing our video. Also, Ma'am Vils Lofar Bolok-Bolok for tagging your friends. Thank you po. Ma'am Monami Francisco Meneses, thank you for tagging your friend. Watching from Glans, Sarangani Province, thank you for starting a watch party. Ma'am Alcher Amista or Sir Alcher Amista, thank you for tagging your friends. Ma'am Mary Rose Serafica Bandong. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter D. Thank you for tagging your friends. Ma'am Nicole Capiral Bengoa. Thank you po. Okay, ganun din sa ating team YouTube, no? Karamihan din letter D yung kanilang sagot. And of course, letter D is the correct answer here. Now, I've just shown you that a while ago. No? Sasabi ko, science and math, tabla yung performance task mo, and written work, that's 40%. Okay, so for the rest of your subjects, mas mababa yung performance, yung written work mo na percentage kaysa sa iyong performance task, no? Especially sa iyong MAP and EPP, TLE, 60% talaga yung performance task. So of course, 40% is the correct answer. Okay, so 40% po yung ating tamang sagot for number 5, that's letter D. Now we go to number 6. Teacher Aliana would like her pupils to display their favorite poem among the poems each one composed. What type of portfolio is being expected to be seen? Is it letter A, showcase portfolio, letter B, assessment portfolio, letter C, evaluation portfolio, or letter D, development portfolio? What's your answer? We've already talked about this, the previous live streams that we've had. We've talked about the different types of portfolio. So what do you think is the correct answer for number 6? Again, if this is your first time to watch us, then make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel later. If you're watching us on Facebook, balikan niyo po yung aming YouTube channel. We have 71 videos for our live streams. No? All live streams discussing Gen Ed and ProfEd. Meron na po tayong 71 videos. Okay, we also have a playlist for ProfEd. We also have a playlist for Gen Ed na separate. So balikan niyo po yan lahat. If you're watching us on YouTube, again, please do like our video. There's one person who disliked this video. Okay, baka na mali lamang po yung pindot mo. So please do like this video, hindi po dislike. Like po. Alright, now a lot of you are answering letter A dito sa ating team Facebook. Ma'am Richelle Celestial, thank you po for starting a watch party. Maraming salamat po. Lumabas din daw po ito sa, yes, lumabas ito sa LET 2019. That's a feedback coming from Sir Borhan De Leoden dito sa ating team Facebook. Sir Joel Ines Domingo, thank you po for starting a watch party. Okay, a lot of you are answering letter A. And of course, that is the correct answer. Okay, so showcase portfolio is the correct answer here. Let's take a look at our next slide. So these are the different types of digital portfolios that we have. No? Your showcase portfolio, this is a collection of best work. Kaya nga siya tinawag na showcase. No? Showcase siya because this is for the best work. It's sometimes called formal, professional, or career portfolio, and this is written after learning takes place and may involve student choice. So making your choice, remember in our question, the students were asked to choose their favorite poem. Okay, so that's your showcase portfolio. Now, process, this is a work in progress. It's also called learning, development, reflection, or formative portfolio. This is written as the learning is happening with a focus on reflections. Okay, so usually ito yung ginagawa natin sa ating field study, di ba? Sa ating field study, ang dami nating reflections. So this is done prior to learning, no? So at the beginning, in the middle, and towards the end. So ito yung process nga, processing tinatawag, development portfolio. And of course, you also have your assessment portfolio. This is more formal and this is less student-centered than showcase and process. Then the documents learning in line with curriculum objectives. So of course, since you have the term assessment, this is trying to check whether your student has reached or has gained the objective that you are trying to teach the student. Okay, so that's assessment portfolio. And of course, you still have your hybrid portfolio. This is a combination of any of those things. Okay, so combination siya, that's why it's called hybrid. Okay, so hybrid siya. All right, so the showcase, process, and assessment portfolio. Then, of course, combination of any of those, that will be called your hybrid portfolio. But of course, the correct answer, best work, choice, that would be your showcase portfolio. Okay, now we go to number 7. Teacher Andy would like his learners to display penmanship work at the beginning, middle, and near the end of the second year. Which type of portfolio is being exhibited? I've just discussed this a while ago, no? Okay, eto. So, paano kung malabo lang pala ang mata, Ma'am Tin? Hina naman ang net. Gumagapang daw, sabi ni Kapitan Emerson. Okay, malabo ba mata mo, Ma'am Brit? Sabi ni Sir June. Sabi ni Ma'am Tin dito, tip, sa mga malalabo po ang vid dito sa YouTube, try nyo po i-click ang vid. Makakakita po kayo ng 3 vertical na tuldok. Sa may upper right side, click nyo po yan, then change quality to 720p. Okay, so nasa quality lang po yan. Nasa settings nyo po, i-check nyo po. Sir Jonathan Concha, thank you po for starting a watch party. Ganun din kay Ma'am Myra Cruz Enriquez. Maraming salamat po. Okay, for everyone who's been sharing our video, Sir Alexis, maraming salamat. And of course, for those people who have tagged their friends, maraming salamat po. Welcome po sa ating mga first-timers, kaway-kaway. Sa ating mga first-timers, we welcome you to Gurong Pinoy. And of course, we are, I hope and I know that you're coming back for more. And so please do check our schedule, not the schedule. For you to check our schedule, of course, make sure that you like us on Facebook, follow our Facebook page so that you can see all the updates that we have. Okay, so Teacher Andy here would like his learners to display penmanship work at the beginning, middle, and near the end of the second year. And of course, we know that this should be development portfolio, okay, or process portfolio, letter C, no? So process portfolio, of course, is also known as your development portfolio. So that is the correct answer. Letter C, tama po kayo. Ang daming tama. Ma'am Jane Solcaragay, thank you po for starting a watch party. Now we move on with question number 8. Teacher Manuela made a list of learning activities for her lesson plan, but she did not include blank because this is a common activity in daily lessons. Is it letter A, project, letter B, presentation, letter C, summative exam, or letter D, buzz session? Okay, what's the answer? Oh, sabi dito, tuwang-tuwa si Ma'am Christine Joy Gorospe. Wow, Ma'am Christine, thanks sa tip. Luminaw nga. Oh, dahil lamang sa settings niyo yon. Kayo naman, masyado nyong biniblame yung kung sino mang internet provider niyo, no? Globe, PLDT, Smart, no? Yun pala, nasa settings niyo lang. Okay. Now, a lot of you on YouTube are answering letter B for this. Same here. Luminaw din. Kala ko sa signal, sabi ni Sir Teacher Jomar Donde. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer dito sa ating team Facebook? Ganun din. Letter B din. Karamihan sagot. Sir Moro Javier, thank you po for tagging your friends. Okay, letter B din. Ang karamihang sagot dito. Sir Josky G. Orcales, thank you for tagging your friends and also for sharing our video. Si Sir Josky yata hinahanap yung name niya kahapon sa passers list. If you are using your nickname or any other name, no, yung unrecognized na name, hindi po nare-recognize ang ating quizzes. So dapat po real name yung gamitin nyo, of course, so that you can be included in the passers list, of course, in our top-notchers. Ma'am Jean Celebrado, thank you po for starting a watch party. Ganon din kay Ma'am Cyril Brahim Ampat Midtimbang. Hello, good evening, Sir Rene Aquendo, Coach Rene Aquendo. If you're watching me right now, I can see you. I see you. It says, are watching you. Hello, Sir Rene. Coach Rene, good evening po. And Coach Rene, before I forget, no, meron po silang request daw po pala, yung mga ating mga Sockside babies, ay may request po sa inyo. Kung po pwede daw po ay taglish yung explanation kasi nano-nosebleed na daw po sila, Sir Rene. Okay, Coach Rene, nano-nosebleed na po daw sila sa straight English. So gusto po nila Taglish naman daw po. Okay, so number 8 here. We go back to number 8. Teacher Manuela made a list of learning activities for her lesson plan. She did not include blank because this is a common activity in daily lessons. Of course, the correct answer here would be presentation. Presentation is just classroom discussion, okay? So this is where you present the topic that you have on hand, no? So this is where you give the class discussion. So usually, we don't include this in our daily lessons anymore. Project, that is not a common activity. Usually, this is done as a summative activity. Ganun din yung summative exam, no? Of course, this is a type of exam that you give at the end of a unit, at the end of instruction. So this is also given right after your unit is done. Buzz section, it is not, or buzz session, it is not every day that you have a buzz session. So of course here, letter B is your answer. Okay, so letter B, presentation, that's the correct answer. Ganun din. So si Ma'am Maria Idona may okon dito. Sa MAPI coach din, Ma'am Mek, ganun din ba? Sa MAPI coach, nosebleed din kayo? Okay, now number 9. Among the portfolios below, which enables you to determine if you realize your intended learning outcome? Is it letter A, showcase portfolio, letter B, evaluation portfolio, letter C, developmental portfolio, or letter D, assessment portfolio? What's your answer? Ako rin, nosebleed din sa math. May exam ba tayo bukas, Sir Rene? May nagtatanong dito, Coach Rene, kung meron daw kayong exam bukas. Si Ma'am Giselle Tumanday. Ma'am Phil, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Sir John Leong, maraming salamat po for tagging your friend. Ganon din kay Ma'am Kaiser. Maraming salamat for tagging your friends. Ma'am Kleng Celis, maraming salamat for starting a watch party. Ganon din kay Sir Kobe Oinoj. Thank you for starting a watch party. For tagging your friends, thank you then, Sir Jonathan Concha. Maraming salamat. Ma'am Precious Shira, maraming salamat for sharing our video and for, of course, starting a watch party. Ma'am Jessa Jane Faustino, maraming salamat for starting a watch party. Thank you po. Okay. Now, what's your answer for number 9? All right, no karamihan sa inyo dito, your answer is letter D. Team YouTube is answering letter D. That's assessment portfolio. Sir Joven Pineda, thank you po for starting a watch party. And Team Facebook is also answering letter D, and that is a correct answer, no? Even if evaluation portfolio, evaluation is almost synonymous with your assessment, no? We will take into consideration later this item. What's the difference between evaluation and assessment? Okay, I will be including that in your future items. So I will not be discussing that today or tonight. But of course, the correct term that we're looking for is assessment portfolio. This is the part of the three main types of portfolio that we have. We've already discussed this a while ago. Okay, so letter D, assessment portfolio po is the correct answer. Now we go to number 10. Upon which philosophy is the basis of the Back to the Basics movement? Is it letter A, essentialism, letter B, behaviorism, letter C, progressivism, or letter D, existentialism? What's your answer for number 10? Ano po yung sagot nyo for number 10? A lot of you on YouTube are answering letter A. Si Sir Joel Ines Domingo, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Thank you so much for tagging your friends. Ma'am Maria Lucy Scarlett. Thank you for tagging your friends. Ma'am Esla Evangelista. Thank you for starting a watch party. Ma'am Kleng Celis and Sir Arnel Busmion. Okay, now a lot of the people on Team Facebook are also answering letter A, and of course that is the correct answer. Okay, we all know that essentialism is a very traditional form, a very traditional school of thought. And in this type of school of thought, we all think that the teacher is the paragon of virtues, the fountain of knowledge. We can only learn from our teacher, no? The teacher is the only source of knowledge. That is essentialism. Going back to the basics, no, decluttering your curriculum. So your basic education curriculum is actually based on your essentialism. Baka lumabas po sa let, your back is based on essentialism. So going back to the basics, decluttering your curriculum, the essentialism, that's essentialism, your 3 R's, the reading, writing, arithmetic, or sometimes also including the 4th R, which is right conduct. Now, behaviorism, of course, this is another type of ism. This is where you are saying that the environment is the main influencer in the learning of your students. So this is the reason why we have routines. This is the reason why we have to clean our room, why there are no distractions. Now, that's behaviorism. Kasama na din dito, of course, your conditioning. Kasama na din yung ating reward and punishment, your feedback mechanism. That's also part of behaviorism. Progressivism, of course, this is a modern day teaching. So you already believe in differentiated instruction. There's multiple intelligences. There's project learning, cooperative learning. These are all progressivism. Then, of course, existentialism, the teacher believes that a student should have a choice, okay? The student should have a choice, should have the independence. So, yung isang produkto nito ng existentialism sa ating school system would be your electives, di ba? Sa college natin may mga electives ka. Or even in the K-12, once you get to your grades 11 and 12, you already have a choice what you want as a strand, no? Gusto mo ba humanities? Gusto mo ba STEM? Gusto mo ba ABM? Okay? So that's your choice. That's existentialism. You have your choice. You have your independence. But of course, along with that choice and that independence, sabi nga ni Spider-Man, no? With great power comes great responsibility. You should also be responsible for the whatever is the effect of your choice. Okay, so you should be responsible for whatever is the effect of your choice. That would be existentialism. Now, we already have a video on this. We have a video called the isms of education. Kompleto po yun, lahat po ng isms ng ating education sa education ay na-discuss po doon, no? So balikan niyo po yan. Again, please do go to our YouTube channel later. Huwag po kayong umasa lamang sa ating live stream, no? So every Saturday, Sunday lamang po kayo mag-review. We have tons of videos that you can find on YouTube. We have a separate playlist for Gen Ed, separate playlist for ProfEd. We have our videos about the cells now, which is also a very important topic in your Gen Ed. We have your live stream, especially yung live stream playlist natin, yung pinaka-importante, because that is where we discuss the Gen Ed and ProfEd questions that you may encounter. As we know, PRC, the LET is just recycling all the questions, and these questions are from your previous LET. Okay, so galing ito sa iyong previous let. So you know that once you get the let, madali na lamang sa inyo, no? Because all the questions are already familiar with all of you. And so, and my hope is that through our rationalization, through the way that I'm discussing, no, through my discussion, you can already see, or you can already deduce the correct answer. Okay, so here, again, letter A is the correct answer. Please do watch our isms of education video. You can find that on YouTube. Okay, now we go to number 11. Which is the highest in Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Is it letter A, socialization, letter B, self-esteem, letter C, health and safety, or letter D, self-actualization? What's your answer for number 11? Okay, ano po yung answer natin for number 11? Ma'am Amalia Lee, thank you for your feedback. I love your live playlist. Sabi ni Ma'am Amalia Lee. Thank you so much po. Okay, so letter D, karamihan sa ating YouTubers. Team YouTube, their answer is letter D. What about Team Facebook? First timer, Ma'am Jean Celebrado, welcome po. And thank you for starting a watch party. Ma'am Ipumea Mercy, thank you po for tagging your friends. Ganun din kay Sir Joshua Afwan Tumbaga. Okay, Sir Borhan De Leoden, with regards to your question, ano po yung 500? That's for Grow po. That's Gen Ed and ProfEd. That is where you can find all these materials that we're discussing. So right after this live stream po, ay nakapost po doon yung materials, okay, including all the slides that I'm using in the discussion. So you don't need to copy anything po. Ma'am, paano maka-join sa quiz? Di po ako makapasok. That's from Ma'am Jean Celebrado. All you need to do po is to click the link, no? Once we have posted a link, so ang next link natin would be on Saturday na, no? So the following Saturday na, wala po tayong live stream Saturday and Sunday of this weekend. So again, what I'd advise is you go back to our YouTube channel and mag-marathon po kayo ng mga previous live streams namin. what you do is once you see the link, i-click nyo lamang po yan, and then it is going to ask you to make an account in Quizzes. If you still do not have your Quizzes account, eh gumawa po kayo ng Quizzes account nyo, and then you can already start answering the quiz. Kung meron na po kayong account sa Quizzes, it might ask you to log into it because of course I'm just asking you to answer the quiz just once. Hindi kayo po pwedeng umulit, and so you are only allowed to answer it once, and so kailangan nyo po sign in or mag-log in sa inyong Quizzes account, and of course you can already start answering. Ma'am Cleng Celis, maraming salamat po for tagging your friends. Ma'am Jevelyn Davidino, thank you for starting a watch party. Now, Team Facebook is also answering letter D. Okay, letter D din ang sagot ng ating Team Facebook. And of course, that is the correct answer. Okay, so letter D, self-actualization, yan po ang tamang sagot. Okay, so that's the correct answer here. Now, according to Maslow, no? According to Abraham Maslow, the highest out of our hierarchy of needs, what we need as a person, is of course self-actualization. That is the best version of yourself na, no? Nakamit mo na yung inyong pangarap, nakamit mo na yung nasa nasa on top ka na ng inyong pangarap, no, na nakamit mo na, nasa rurok ka na ng tagumpay, no. And now according to Maslow, for a person to achieve that, he first needs to achieve the lower levels that he has here, no. So unang-una po, physiological, these are the needs that we have as a human, no, as a person. These are the natural needs that we have. So unang-una dito, pagkain, tulog, no. Those are your physiological needs. So dapat talaga busog yung inyong estudyante, dapat kompleto yung tulog, no, or sapat yung tulog ng estudyante para ma-meet niya yung physiological needs. Now take note that your sexual urges, no, sexual needs are all part of your physiological needs. Hunger, thirst, they are all part of your physiological needs. Now the next level that we have, once you have achieved or you have already accomplished the physiological needs, the next level would be safety. So dapat your child, the student would feel safe, no? So may house siya, may home siya binabalikan, he or she has enough money to finance himself or herself. Okay, so he feels safe. Okay, and of course he is healthy. Okay, so that's safety. Now the next level, of course, is love and belonging. There are people around him who care for him, who love him, and who give him all the love, all the care that he needs. Okay, so that's love and belonging. And right after that, that person can achieve esteem, no? Self-esteem, believe sa sarili, yung tiwala mo sa sarili, confidence mo, your self-confidence, self-esteem, your idea of yourself, no? Your self-image. And of course, that is going to be the prior level before we get to your self-actualization. Again, self-actualization is the highest of all these needs that we have, according to Maslow. But according to Maslow, before we can reach all this, before you can reach self-actualization, you first need to achieve or to satisfy all the lower levels that you have. Okay? So maaaring ikaw, no, if you think that you have a very low self-esteem, maaaring may kulang sa iyo dito, no? Meron kang physiological need na hindi na-meet, meron kang safety need na hindi na-meet, love and belonging, kulang ka sa aruga, for example, no? You were neglected, no? And so you have a very low self-esteem. As a person, it is very important for us to have a high self-esteem. We should have your self-esteem, no? Na i-boost mo yung sarili mo, may tiwala ka sa sarili mo, kaya mo yan self, no? So if you are doing something good, if you are doing well, for example, in this lecture of ours, no, sa ating rationalization today, if you got a passing score, if your name is going to be on the passers list, if you were able to take our quizzes, you need to also boost your self-confidence. No? If there is no one around you who can do that, then give yourself a pat on the back. No? So you can say, good job, self. No? Good job, self. Okay, so if there's no one for you, there's no one around you who can do that, then of course, try to boost yourself. Ikaw na lamang yung magtiwala sa iyong sarili. No? Of course, the highest here would be self-actualization. Merong joke ngayon na yung highest na daw, higher than self-actualization would be Wi-Fi. No? So internet connection is a higher need, higher than self-actualization. But of course, according to Maslow, that should be self-actualization. Okay? So tiwala lamang po sa sarili. If wala kayong tiwala ay you will not be able to reach your dreams. So dapat unahan muna ng tiwala. Okay? So tiwala muna sa sarili. Yan pong kailangan natin. Okay, so again here, number 11, letter D, ang tamang sagot. Now we go to number 12. Which of the situations below is an example of a diagnostic assessment? Is it letter A, 10-item test for specific concepts that may be difficult to students? Letter B, journal writing after a discussion on a news commentary. Letter C, quiz at the end of the chapter in psychology. Letter D, achievement test for grade 7 students. What's your answer for number 12? Yes, good job, Self. Congrats to me. Okay. Tiwala lang sa sarili. Ano po yun, sir? Sir Dexter Dala, ano po yung question nyo, ma'am? Kung member na po ako sa Grow, hanging po yung question ni Sir Dexter. Okay, what's your answer? A lot of you here, we're already at number 12. A lot of the people on Facebook are answering letter A. Sir Wilford Gayramara Sabelia, meron po ba copy for all discussion video? Nandun po sa Grocer. So once you go to Grow, pinakita ko po yan kahapon na meron pong dito sa side ng Grow, all recent files, i-click nyo po yan. Pwede nyo pong ma-download lahat ng files doon. Meron din pong this side din ng Grow. No? Once you go to Grow, no? Meron din all recent images. Okay, so po pwede nyo din i-download, i-screenshot yung mga images that we're using for our discussion. Okay, now a lot of you here are answering letter A sa ating team Facebook. Okay, many of you are answering letter A. And sa ating team YouTube, ganun din, no? Marami din yung sagot ay letter A. And letter A, of course, that is the correct answer. Nabalikan po natin yung ating question. Bakit nga ba letter A? We are talking about diagnostic assessment. Now, remember, you have several types of assessment. Your diagnostic assessment, this is done to measure the strengths and weaknesses of your student. This is given prior to instruction. So even before you start your unit, you start your topic, you already give your diagnostic assessment. That's your pre-test, no? You also have your formative assessment, formative activities mo. These are given during instruction. So usually nga in DepEd, hindi nire-record yung inyong formative assessment, no? May question na ganyan sa LET, which types of assessment is not recorded by the teacher. So that would be formative assessment. Kasi yung pinaka-goal ng formative assessment mo is to gauge the learning of your student, no? And also it forms a guide in the way that you're teaching. Okay, maaring you might think that you need to reteach a concept, or it might also tell you that you can already proceed to your next topic. So that's formative assessment given during instruction. Then of course you have your summative assessment. Summative assessment naman, of course, is given after instruction. So usually your quarterly test, your summative test, achievement test, yung NAT mo, RAT, DAT, lahat ng yan ay would fall under your achievement test. Okay, so in this case here, we are looking for your diagnostic test. So sabi dito, 10-item test for specific concepts that may be difficult to students. Hindi mo pa nga alam kung difficult sa estudyante na may be difficult, because of course, the goal of your diagnostic test is to measure the strengths and the weaknesses of your students. We cannot choose letter B because this says after a discussion. Okay, so after a discussion siya, that would be summative na siya. Quiz at the end, okay, at the end. And of course, this one, achievement test for grade 7 students. We know the achievement tests are given after instruction. So it's also a summative form of assessment. Okay, so here, number 12, letter A is the correct answer. Now we go to number 13. How can a teacher avoid breakdown and interruptions in daily class procedures? Is it letter A, punish the misbehaving student? Letter B, establish routines for daily tasks? Letter C, assign a leader to assist everyone? Or letter D, allow students to make their own regulation? What's your answer for 13? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? All right, now a lot of you are answering letter B dito sa ating Team YouTube. Team YouTube is answering letter B for number 13. Okay, what about Team Facebook? Ma'am Rebecca Uyad, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Again, paano po, may question dito, paano po ma-access lahat ng files sa Grow, ma'am? If you are a member, you can see all the files that we have there. Okay, so magpa-member po kayo. If you're still not a member, mag-send po kayo ng message later after this live stream, no? So gaya ng sinabi ni Ma'am Mary Jean Martinez Jaime, send po a message to Guru Pinoy after this live stream. Okay, that's there's a question from Ma'am Karen Miro. Thank you po for starting a watch party. Paano po magpa-member sa Grow? Send a message po to Guru Pinoy after this live stream. So the same page po kung saan kayo nanonood ngayon ng live stream. Ma'am Wea May Ato. Hello, Ma'am Mek. I've always watched your videos. Thank you so much. First time here sa live. Welcome po, Ma'am Wea, sa Team Facebook. Okay, now a lot of you are answering letter B, ganun din sa ating Team YouTube. And of course, that is the correct answer, no? Para wala pong interruptions, wala pong breakdown ang inyong discussion, you should set up your routine activities, no? So dapat may routine activities ka for your daily task, no? Dapat routine na yung ginagamit or sinusunod ng inyong mga estudyante. How do you establish routines? You start by telling them about your routines at the beginning of the school year, no? So on the first day, you tell them what the routines are going to be like, what the classrooms are going to be, and of course, you stay consistent to them, okay? So, dapat consistent ka para they can just easily follow through, okay? So, that's letter B, establish routines, that's correct, okay? And that is a very good behavior, very good practice as a teacher, no? So, dapat meron kang routine. Sino yung mag-erase ng writing sa board? Sino yung mag-check ng ganito, no? Who turns off the light when you're going out, where you're going to the laboratory? Who turns off the light? Who closes the door? What is your routine if someone is going to the bathroom, to the restroom, for example? Okay, so 13, routines, that's the correct answer. Now, number 14, among the measurement factors stated below, which belongs to the language ability variable. So we're looking for language ability. Sir Jeffrey Hipolito, may question dito sa Team YouTube. Ma'am, meron po ba online exam left for OFW? We need to just wait for any updates po from PRC, Sir Jeffrey. First time to join this live. Thank you. Welcome to Team YouTube, Ma'am Remalyn Kaligonan. Ma'am Jonah Largonio, magkano po ang bayad kapag sumali po sa quiz? Our quiz po, yung Gen Ed ProfEd na dinidiscuss natin today or tonight, it is for free. So makikita nyo po yan once you follow our Facebook page, you'll see the quizzes link. But of course, for you to get all these materials that I'm discussing, ito pong questions and of course, the discussion na nandun po lahat sa Grow na. Sa Grow po. Okay, now a lot of you on Team YouTube are answering letter B. Okay, so letter B ang inyong sagot. Dito sa ating Team Facebook, ganun din. Letter B din, karamihan sagot. Ma'am Queen Bacusmo, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. Sir Nefil Tejano, thank you for sharing our video. Maraming salamat po. Letter B din ang sagot ng ating Team Facebook, and that is the correct answer. Okay, so we're looking for language ability variable. Okay, so something that pertains with language, and of course that would be our reading skills. Okay, that's reading skills. Manual dexterity, this is the use of our hands, no? So we have some friends who are very good at their at the use of their hands, no? Using their hands, yung mga nagde-decorate, no? Kung ano-ano yung mga kinakulikot, na yung mga marurunong sa art, no? That's manual dexterity. Computational skills, of course, this pertains to math. Okay, the way you compute stuff, the way you do math skills. No, this is math skills. Logic and reasoning, of course, this is somewhat similar to your computational skills. Logic and reasoning, of course, that is not the correct answer. Correct answer here would be reading skills. Okay, so language ability, that's your reading skills. Now we go to number 15. When a household's tasks are typecast as the female's responsibility, what is reinforced in classroom management? Is it letter A, gender stereotype, letter B, work orientation, letter C, social responsibilities, or letter D, cultural privileges? Okay, what do you think is the answer here? Sir Wilford Sabelia sa YouTube, meron po bang copy all video lectures? Saan po pwede ma-download? All the video lectures that we have, yung videos lamang po, you can find us here, dito po, kung saan po kayo nanonood ngayon ng ating live stream. That's our YouTube channel na Gurong Pinoy. Meron po tayong playlist for all the live streams that we've had. If you're asking for all the stuff here, itong ginagamit kong PDF, yung PowerPoint and all the discussion materials that I use, you can download it po through Grow. Okay, now letter A, karamihang sagot dito is letter A. Okay, ganun din sa ating ganun din dito sa ating team Facebook. Karamihang sagot nyo ay letter A. There's a question here. Sir Borhan De Leoden, ma'am, may live po sa Saturday. Wala po tayong live tomorrow and Sunday because we have an activity po. May event po kami dito sa aming bahay because of the birthday celebration of my husband. Okay, so wala po tayong live on Saturday. This Saturday and Sunday, tomorrow po and Sunday, wala po tayong live. But of course, your majorship, yung schedule po ng majorship kasi is yung majorship set nyo and then discussion videos on Sunday, ongoing po yung ating majorship. Okay, so again, if while you're waiting for our next live stream, which is going to be the following weekend pa, ay balikan nyo lamang po yung ating mga videos sa YouTube. Okay, so lahat po yun balikan nyo. Ma'am Tricia Hope Arboleda Lignes, thank you po for tagging or for sharing our video. How to start a watch party? Sabi ni Ma'am Liana Alexis Cuartero, paano nga ba mag-start a watch party? May i-click kaya yata, ma'am, na dito sa share. Kasama ba siya ng share? Start a watch party nyo? Please help Ma'am Liana. Sir Nefi Tejano, thank you po for sharing our video. Now, a lot of you are answering letter A. And of course, that is the correct answer. Okay, so letter A po ang ating tamang sagot dito. You are typecasting household task as female's responsibility. Okay, so this is actually gender stereotype. Meron kang tinatawag na stereotyping. No? So stereotyping, alam nyo naman yung pag sinabing stereotype, meron kang paunang idea na meron ka ng prejudice. No, you already have your prejudice. For example, sasabihin nila na ano nga yung mga stereotypes natin sa Pilipinas? Sasabihin na pag Ilocano, kuripot, no? Pag Ilonggo ay malambing. Okay? So yan yung mga stereotype natin. Okay? So these are your stereotypes. Okay? So here, number 15, stereotype is the correct answer. Okay? Now, we go to number 16. A multiple choice test item has been analyzed. The analysis shows that option A, among other options B, C, and D, was not at all chosen by the examinees. What does this imply? Is it letter A? A was a plausible option. Letter B, A was the correct answer. Letter C, A was a very effective distractor. Or letter D, A was not an effective distractor. What is your answer for 16? Ano po yung answer nyo sa number 16? Thank you for starting a watch party and for tagging your friends. Sir Rexian Noah Zareno. Thank you for tagging your friend, Ma'am Nisi Memoracion. Advance happy birthday daw, Sir Migs. It was his birthday on the 12th, but we are going to celebrate it tomorrow kasi nga Sabado po dito. Sir Mikel Ramos Umipig, maraming salamat for sharing our video. Yes, po pwede niyo pong yung question niya, ma'am, pwede po ba ma-download mga video ninyo para mapanood offline? Po pwede pong i-download, punta po kayo sa YouTube. Okay? So sa YouTube po, mas mabilis mag-download ng video. Ma'am Erica Taquiso, Ma'am Glory B. Arlanza, thank you po for tagging your friends. Okay, what's your answer here? Letter D, karamihang sagot. Okay, dito sa ating team YouTube, ganun din, letter D, no? May C, may A. Now, we go back to our question here. Let's try to analyze the question. A multiple choice test item has been analyzed. The analysis shows that option A, okay, out of all the other options, options B, C, and D, option A was not at all chosen by the examinees. Walang kahit na isa na nag-choose ng option A. Walang nag-answer ng option A. What does this imply? What can you get from this? No? What do you think is the reason for this? A was a plausible option. Plausible, of course, that means possible. That means it is maaaring option siya, nakapani-paniwala, no? So A was a plausible option. A was the correct answer. A was a very effective distractor, or A was dahil walang pumili sa kanya, no? When you say distractor, kasi these are choices that are wrong but can be plausible, no? Yung parang kapanipaniwala, parang katulad ng boyfriend mo, girlfriend mo na pinaniwala ka, no? Pinaniwala ka, pero hindi naman pala totoo yung lahat ng mga pambobola niya sa'yo, no? Hindi naman pala totoo, no? So kapanipaniwala, yan yung ibig sabihin ng distractor. Ito yung mga wrong answers pero hindi pero kapanipaniwala. So if none of the examinees chose, none of them has chosen letter A, that means it was not an effective distractor. Okay? So hindi siya epektibong distractor, hindi siya effective na bolero, no, or hindi siya nga effective na distractor. So letter D is the correct answer here. Letter D. Okay, so sabi dito ng mga team YouTube natin, no, ayan, humuhugot na naman, hindi pinili. Pinaasa-asa lang niya kayo. Okay, so letter D is the correct answer for number 16 here. Now we go to 17. What is the meaning of a 60% percentile score in relation to the class? What's the answer? Letter A, got 60 items or 60% of items correctly. Letter B, got 40 items or 40% of items correctly. Letter C, scored better than 60% of class. Or letter D, scored less than 60% of your class. Okay, what's the answer? Ano yung sagot nyo dito? Ayan, pinaasa lang kayo. Be wise sa pagpili ng jowa, sabi ni Ma'am Buenafe. Ligwak, ganun. Mahina ang signal, Sir Borhan de Leoden, kapit lamang po. Hindi pinili. Ma'am Maylin, Tanya Moore, maraming salamat for sharing our video. Thank you po. Now, a lot of you are answering letter D for question. Letter D ba yung sagot nyo? Or letter, okay, letter C. Letter C. Dito sa Team Facebook, karamihan letter C ang kanilang sagot. Dito sa Team YouTube, okay, ganun din. Letter C. The correct answer here, of course, would be letter C. No? Scored better than 60% of the class. Now, remember, makinig, mga kaibigan, you have two types of referencing, no, sa inyong assessment. So, meron kang reference test and you have your criterion reference test, no? Anong pinagkaiba ng inyong norm reference testing and criterion reference testing? When you say norm reference testing, you are comparing the achievement of one student with the entire class achievement, no? With the performance of the rest of the students in your class. No? So that's norm reference. Now, ang inyong criterion reference naman, you are checking the performance of a student based on the criteria that you have, the set criteria that you have. So meron kang criteria, meron kang objectives. So, chine-check mo yung kanyang performance based on the set criteria that you have. That's criterion reference. Now, tandaan po, yung criterion reference test would always be together with your mastery, would always be together with drills. So pag nakita nyo yan, a very common question in the LET, which among the following would you do if you want your students to improve or to achieve your goals based on your criterion reference test, no? Based on your criterion reference test. So your goals, your criteria, your answer would be drills. Okay, so yung tamang sagot po dyan would be drills. There is also a common question in the LET. How can you make your students master a certain concept? Okay, mastery, that would always be paired up with drills. So again, mastery, drills, criterion, objectives, magkasama po silang lahat, no? Magkakasama po yan lagi. So again, criterion reference testing, you are checking the achievement of your student based on the set criteria. So hindi mo siya kino-compare sa ibang classmates niya, no? Hindi mo kino-compare yung achievement niya, yung performance niya sa performance ng other students. That's only based on the set criteria that you have. So again, criterion, mastery drills, magkakasama. Now, in yun namang norm reference testing, you are comparing the achievement, the performance of a student with the achievement of the rest of the class. No? So yung percentile mo, this is used in your norm reference testing. No? So norm reference natin itong percentile. So when you say 60% percentile score, that means the student has scored better than 60% of the class. The student has scored better than 60% of the class. And so that is the correct answer. Okay? So hindi po got 60 items or 60% of items correctly, got 40% of items correctly. Because if you are going to choose A and B, these are all criterion reference. Criterion reference po ito dahil yung basis mo would be the items, no? Your criteria, your objectives. Hindi din siya scored less than 60%. It should be scored better than 60%. Okay, so letter C, that's the correct answer. Now we go to number 18. After concluding an assessment, results show that lesson objectives were attained. So the teacher, letter A, can review past lessons. Letter B, should validate assessment. Letter C, should apply remedial measures. Or letter D, can teach the next competency. What's the answer? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot? For question number 18, we are already at the third to the last question. Ma'am Vilma Digaumkino Olivar, thank you po for sharing our video and for tagging your friends. Maraming salamat po. Huwag nang namamangka sa dalawang ilog, sabi ni Ma'am Maria Lucy Scarlett. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer for 18? No, we're almost done with the 20 items tonight. So again, wala po tayong live stream tomorrow and Sunday. No, wala po tayong live stream tomorrow and Sunday. So what you can do is to go back to our YouTube channel. Tingnan niyo po lahat ng ating videos, no? If I may just show you our YouTube channel, bilis lamang po. So again, you can just go back to our YouTube channel. Lahat po ng ating videos ay nandun na. Ang ating live streams. And of course, we also have our playlist for Gen Ed and ProfEd. I hope hindi maghang ng ating video. And of course, if you want to become a member of Grow, it's very easy. That's only 500 pesos. It's a one-time payment. But the payment of 500 pesos would be only until the end of this month. Okay, so after this month po, we will be increasing the fee for Grow. Okay, so make sure that you grab the chance before we do increase our fee, no, for Grow, that's Gen Ed ProfEd, ay magpa-member na po kayo sa ating Gen Ed ProfEd, that's Grow. And of course, if your major is Bio, Social Science, English, Math, MAPE, and Filipino, we also have our majorship, that's 1,000 pesos. But if you want to join both the Grow, no, Grow is Gen Ed ProfEd plus your majorship, if your major is one of those majors that I just discussed, I just mentioned, then you can pay just 1,250. Okay, so 1,250, that's our all-in enrollment. That's already enrolling for all of the things that we are offering. Okay, all our offerings po. Ang bagal. Okay, especially if you're doing live stream, so medyo mabagal siya. So again, if you're a member of Grow po, I've already shown this yesterday. Okay, so dito may question pala. Yung LET po, okay, so what if, ang let ba ay criterion or norm reference? Let po is both criterion and norm reference. So this is our playlist for Gen Ed and Prof Ed, no? As you can see, we already have 71 videos here. So again, balikan nyo po to, yung ating playlist for Gen Ed and Prof Ed na live stream. We already have 71 videos there. We have our Let Gen Ed na live stream, no? 47 videos din tayo doon. Meron din tayong Prof Ed na live stream, 20 videos. Okay, and we have several other videos that can help you pass the let. Panoorin nyo din if you can see it. I'm not sure if kung saang tawag dito. Kung saang playlist ko siya nilagay, hindi ko alam kung saang playlist ko siya nilagay. Meron akong video of the previous let items. Okay, so these are all the videos that we have. So again, balikan nyo po sa ating YouTube channel later. Now, for Grow members, again, kung hindi nyo pa rin po nakikita yung lahat ng mga files nyo sa Grow, nandito lamang po, ayan po, recent files. So lahat po yan ay lahat ng files na meron tayo. Ma-access nyo po yan if you're on Grow. We also have the recent media. So lahat din po yan ng pictures, no? Eh, makikita nyo din po yan sa Grow. Okay, so again, Grow is just 500 pesos until the end of this month. Okay, so lahat po ng ating material sa Grow ay po pwede nyo pong i-download. Okay, so nandiyan po lahat. All right, we go back to our slide. I-close ko lamang po to kasi naglalag siya. Okay, so ayan, nakita na yung inyong tamang sagot. For number 18, the correct answer would be can teach the next competency. So again, for 18, that would be can teach the next competency. You have seen your assessment. You have checked the results of your assessment, and you see that your objectives were attained. Okay, so if your objectives were not attained, you should reteach. Okay, so maaaring mag-reteach ka. But of course, since it says the objective has been attained, you can already teach the next competency. You proceed. Okay, so mag-proceed ka na po. So 18, that would be letter D. Wow, Sir Al-Rashid Daod, 18-0. Okay, so 18, lahat tama. Sir Al-Rashid, are you answering our quizzes? Sumasagot din po ba kayo sa quizzes natin? Okay, number 19, Teacher Miley makes sure that she checks for understanding as she teaches to ensure that every student can follow the lesson. What form of assessment is being described in this situation? Is it letter A, assessment of learning? Letter B, assessment for learning? Letter C, assessment for and as learning? Letter D, assessment as learning? Okay, what's your answer? Oh, Sir Al-Rashid, bakit hindi ka sumasagot? You can just easily go to our Facebook page po, and once we have our live stream at night, no? So usually live stream natin is at 7:30 p.m. pag meron tayong schedule on that night. By 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. ay po pwede nyo pong sagutan yung ating quizzes link, no? So ito po ay nasagutan na po ito ng inyong classmates, ng inyong mga kaguro. If this is your first time to watch us, no, we post this on our Facebook page and you can answer the quizzes through our quizzes link. Then of course at 7:30, I discuss the answers to the questions that we have. Okay, so again, if this is your first time to watch us, make sure that you follow our Facebook page, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ma'am Jean Celebrado, maraming salamat po for starting a watch party. And of course, the correct answer here would be letter B. Okay, so letter B po ang tamang sagot dito. Letter B, that's assessment for learning. Teacher Miley makes sure that she checks for understanding. Checking for understanding kasi is formative. Okay, sorry, that should be formative. This is formative assessment. And so that would be the correct answer for number 19, letter B, assessment for learning. We check for understanding to ensure that every student can follow the lesson. So what form of assessment is this? That would be assessment for learning. Now, we already have a video on this on YouTube. No, meron na po tayong video on this on YouTube. So balikan ko lamang and let me just do it fast. What's the difference between assessment as, assessment for, and assessment of learning? Ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng tatlong terms na to. Now, unahin ko tong assessment as learning. Nakikita niyo po tong letter S, no? Letter S, and that stands for students. Assessment as learning kasi this is done by the students themselves. Ito yung reflection ng estudyante. Ito yung metacognition ng estudyante, no? Ini-evaluate nila yung kanilang self. So, self-evaluation ito ng students. They reflect on what they do. They monitor their progress. So, again, assessment as learning, this is done by the students themselves. Yung hint po natin doon would be the letter S. Now, assessment for learning, ito po yung ating hint. For. Assessment for learning kasi is formative assessment. I have talked about formative assessment today. When you say formative assessment, this is assessment that is done during instruction. Okay, so checking for understanding is part of assessment for learning. It is part of formative assessment. So again, assessment for learning, this is formative assessment done during instruction. Then of course, when you say assessment of learning, this is evaluation. Okay, so ito na yung pinaka-summative assessment mo. This occurs when teachers use evidence of student learning to make judgment on student achievement against goals and standards. Okay, so this is already your evaluation. No? Ito na yung pinaka-summative assessment mo. Summative assessment is assessment of learning. So again, assessment as learning, this is done by the students. Your hint is the letter S. Assessment for learning, this is formative form of assessment. This is done during instruction. Now, of course, assessment of learning is summative assessment done after instruction. Okay, so I hope wala na po kayong confusion with regards to these three. No? Lumalabas po ito sa ating ProfEd. All right, now last one, what educational technology is most appropriate in showing the trend in temperature change from month to month? Is it letter A, flow chart, letter B, map, letter C, bar graph, letter D, drawing? What's the answer? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? Okay, ito may sinabi dito si President Loreto. Pag ang sinasabi po sa quizzes ay invalid code, ibig sabihin po wala pong nakalogin na Gmail account mo sa browser mo. Pag Google Chrome po gamit nyo na browser, doon nyo po i-paste yung link ng quizzes. Okay? So pag sinabing invalid, mag-login po kayo, gumawa po kayo ng account sa quizzes. Okay, yun po yung explanation, Sir Junri or Ma'am Junri. Yan po yung explanation ni President Loreto. Dapat po nakalogin kayo sa quizzes or dapat po meron kayong quizzes account. Okay, we are already down to our last question. Last question na po. And of course, after this, po pwede na tayong mag-nilay-nilay, no? Mag-relax-relax. Maaring may kakain pa sa inyo. Ako ay kakain din ng aking breakfast. Then of course, we will see each other again on Saturday, okay? Next Saturday po. But of course, all the majorship babies that we have, no, if you are enrolled in our majorship, then you can still have your majorship tomorrow and Saturday, no? So ongoing pa rin po yung majorship nyo na discussion. Even may bio babies would still have the discussion for biology for their majorship this weekend. Yung wala lamang po yung Gen Ed ProfEd natin na live stream. And we will come back on Saturday, Sunday. Okay? So abangan nyo po yan. And of course, while waiting for the next live stream, ay balikan nyo po lahat ng ating videos. Sir Del Denzo, pwede po bang magbayad gamit ang GCash? Wala po kaming GCash, sir. So po pwede po dito sa live stream natin, po pwede po kayong magbayad dito if nakalink po yung account nyo, no? Po pwede pong dito na kayo magbayad. Yes, yun. Sabi ni President Loreto dito, pag merong problema sa quizzes, ay mag-PM lamang po sa kanya. Okay, so just visit Gurong Pinoy's FB page. Yan yung sabi ni Sir Marjon Ibiesa dito. Maraming salamat. Makikita niyo po doon or message them directly. Okay. There's a question here. Bago natin puntahan itong sagot sa ating question 20, no? Sir Borhan de Leoden has a question. Ma'am, paki-explain po ng deductive and inductive. What's the difference between deductive and inductive, no? Yung method mo of teaching na deductive and inductive. Yung deductive po, you start from the generalization, nagsimula ka sa generalization, so nagbigay ka ng generalization sa students mo, and then you ask them to give examples. So from general to specific, that's deductive, no? Deductive siya, nagdeduce ka, no? Sinasala mo. Deductive, that's again general to specific. Kabalik naman po inductive mo. Inductive would be you start with the specific, you start with the examples, the specifics, then of course you proceed with your generalization. Okay, so they're opposites po. Okay, now again, what's the correct answer for this one? A lot of you are answering letter C, and of course, that is the correct answer here. Now, the best answer sana dito, kung meron tayong line graph should have been the correct answer, no? Because line graph is a type of graph that shows trend. But here, wala tayong ibang choices. Yung flowchart kasi, this is used for processes, no? Para ito sa isang proseso, para sa isang process. So we don't use this to show trend. We also cannot choose maps, no? So pag isang mapa, pag mapa yung gagamitin mo, isang location lamang ipapakita niya sa'yo. Drawing, of course, we don't use this to show the trends in temperature. So the only choice that we can have would be bar graph. So bar graph lamang po ang ating choice dito. So again, if there's a choice na line graph, that should have been a better choice. But since wala pong line graph, bar graph po ang ating tamang sagot dito. All right, so that ends tonight's discussion. I hope you have learned a thing or two from me tonight. And of course, we are coming back on Saturday, no? Next weekend po ang ating next live stream. So while waiting for our live stream, balikan niyo po lahat ng ating videos na nasa YouTube channel natin. Okay, but of course, we end the night with our closing prayer. I'm inviting everyone to please join us, no? Join me in our closing prayer. This still has been prepared for us by Brother Efren Esteban. Samahan niyo po ako sa ating closing prayer.
Let us pray. Merciful God, we again have finished our online review this evening, and we thank you for being with us throughout the activity. As we go to our rest tonight, we ask you, Lord, to keep us with your providential care so that we may wake up with the next day, ready to serve you again. Bless our family members who are not with us at this moment. May you also protect them from any harm, danger, or sickness, just the way you also take care of us. Grant us the peace we need tonight, and may also forgive us from our shortcomings, which we have committed against you. All these things we asked in the blessed name of your Son, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so again, that ends tonight's discussion. If you still have questions, you go to our Facebook page and send us your questions. While waiting for the next live stream, again, please go to our YouTube channel and watch all the videos that can really help you pass the let. So again, I hope that you've learned tonight, and this has been Coach Mek of Gurong Pinoy. I leave you the saying, maliit man na butil ng mga kaalaman, ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawaan. Maraming salamat mga kaguro. Good night. See you next Saturday po. Bye!